I've experienced the hustle and bustle of everyday life in the urban jungle of Dhaka. I've passed through this airport numerous times, saying hi's and byes to my family in Korea. I've seen the sublime mountains of Kerala and heard a beautiful symphony in the Wells Cathedral. But at the end of every travel, I need to reorient myself to a new destination called home. The place where I dream of at nights, a place of familiarity that I return to. I live in this white house with 5 roommates and a cat named Hank. I was born in Korea, but our family moved to the States when I was 6 and lived there for about 4 years, then relocated in Korea again. I moved to Vancouver the year I turned 15, but moved to Edmonton for university 3 years later, a place where I didn't know a single soul. Altogether, I transferred to 14 different schools up until now, and the longest amount of time I spent living in one place is 2 years. Ask me where my home is, and I can't give you a straightforward answer. I'm still trying to find the meaning of home and where my home is.
Where's home for you? Where's home for you?
Edmonton.
What defines home? Yeah, what defines home?
Where do you live?
Where's home for you?
It's Prince George.
Okay, what defines home?
Home is where your family comes from. It's where you come from.
So where's home for you?
Home right now is Toronto, Canada.
Okay. And what marks home for you?
Family and friends, for
Okay.
sure.
You told me that you were homeless for a while. Tell me about that.
In the States for a little bit after I broke it from a rehab facility that was down there. And spent a little time living on the streets of Sacramento, Oakland, and then finally got down to San Francisco. And eventually got some money together for my family and flew me back up. And their rules for me coming back home were not what I had planned. And I ended up living on the streets of Toronto and around there, doing the couch to couch, park to park kind of not freeze to death in the wintertime thing. So, but now family's all patched up, great relationship. Don't plan on living on the streets ever again.
These are my brothers and sisters here in Edmonton. We are not related by blood, but they have adopted me into their lives as their sister, and our relationships are past the language and cultural barriers.
Right now, I would say home is in Kerala.
Why is Kerala your home?
Well, more childhood memories, more than anything else, and a sense of belonging, and just having the family around. I think knowing your neighbors, knowing relatives that are more distant than just your immediate ones, things like that.
I would say Edmonton is more my home than Kerala because this is where my family is, where my friends are. I know where I'm going. All those kinds of things help.
This past summer, we traveled to Kerala for Anisha's wedding. This beautiful southern province of India is where Anisha and her siblings were born and raised. Going back to the house she grew up in was an emotional journey back to her childhood for Alka.
How did it feel to be in that old house again?
It was sad. I cried.
You're getting something here as well.
Is that your home? Like, will that always be your home?
I think it always will be my home. Just having memories of it.
Where is home for you?
It's North Pole.
Okay. And what makes that your home?
I've never really thought about it. I've always been there, and it's always been my home, and that's where I've always been.
Home for me is so different from house. Yeah, home is a philosophical dimension. It's something that I carry in a heart. It's close to family, customs, ancient traditions, practicals, daily practicals. The house is anything in any place. Is somewhere in the world. Yeah, it's only a building, but the home is into our body, our mind, our culture.
You mean what would I call home or where am I from?
What would you call home?
Probably still my parents' house in Red Deer.
And why is that your home? Why do you consider that place home?
Probably because all of my memories of growing up are from there. And I feel comfortable and just feel at home.
Where did you learn to dance like that? Can you teach me? I'll keep my hands on her back, like glowing fingers tucked inside her neck.
So when you think about the word home and the meaning it carries, what are some of the things that come to your mind?
My yard. I got 3 yards.
So where is home for you right now at this point in life?
I got home. Home is right where I am.
Okay, where is home for you?
India. Small little town called Shillong.
How long have you been in Canada for?
Just almost 4 years now. Yeah, 4 years.
So India is still home for you then?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Always will be.
So what defines home for you?
It's a place you grew up, and a place where you had your childhood, a place where you own something, you own a part of that land, or not literally, but you belong to the land. That's what my idea of home is.
Do you ever feel homeless still?
No, I'm pretty lucky these days. I mean, here, spin this around so you can see. I mean, this is where I am. I'm only here doing my show and doing my thing, so I'm a pretty content guy, my fear is always that one day I may be homeless again, but I don't think that's gonna happen if I keep my shit together as I'm doing. So, and to anybody's out on the streets, one day at a time, man, just fucking keep on working and hopefully hope for something better in life. Don't give up. Don't give up.
I worked for a paper mill for 27 years. Oh, sorry.
No worries.
I worked for a paper mill for 27 years, but they just shut all the paper mills down. Well, I got one in 31, one in 36.
Sorry. It's the same voice as my brother, eh? Exactly.
Yeah, one is 31 and one is 36 and one is 9. I'm fine. I can get by, but I mean, it's very hard.
I could see myself in this man. I have a roof over my head and a warm bed to crawl into every night. I have a wonderful family whom I talk to every day, but sometimes I can't shake off the feeling that I'm homeless. Some say they were all pilgrims on earth, so maybe it's natural to feel this way. And maybe it's because we all know deep inside that we're homeless, so that's what ties us together in this vast universe.
Our limbs move slowly and our hearts grow numb, and I'll enter in the room. Can't I ever wander back to my zombie tomb? Keep me frozen and intact. I see a friend and say, if you want me to, I'll leave.